My name is Margaret Collins. I'm 59 years old, a widow, and I live in a peaceful neighborhood in Oregon. For the past 18 years, I've worked as an office manager at a law firm, steady, dependable, nothing glamorous. But it paid the bills. More importantly, it raised two children, Emily and Luke, without them ever truly feeling the weight of the struggle I carried after losing their father too soon. Emily, my oldest, just turned 32. She's engaged now. We talked about wedding plans a few weeks ago. I'd already given her $30,000 toward the venue, photographer, and her dream florist. I was happy to help. That's what mothers do. Last Tuesday, she sent me an email. No subject line, just her name. I smiled before opening it, expecting a sweet note or a question about cake flavors. But what I read nearly stopped my heart. "Mom," it began. Just that. No warmth. No dear. No love. She told me that after discussing it with Andrew's family, they decided the wedding would be intimate. I wasn't on the final guest list. "We've set up a live stream link for you," she wrote. "Should be just like being there. LOL. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I typed back 4 words. Sure. Enjoy your big day. I closed the laptop. Finished my now cold coffee. Went to work like it was any other day. But it wasn't. That was the day I realized my sacrifices had become invisible. That I was useful until I wasn't. Over the years, I had paid for Emily's college, twice after she changed majors, covered her NYC apartment deposit, flew across the country when she was heartbroken, and helped Luke buy a house. I never kept score. I thought love didn't need ledgers. But that email? It reduced me to a transaction. At work, my boss Robert brought me coffee like he always does, latte, 2 sugars. He asked if I was okay. I told him I was just tired. But his small kindness nearly broke me. It reminded me I was still human, that someone noticed me. Then my phone started buzzing. Emily. Over and over. "Mom, please answer. We need to talk." This isn't funny, but I didn't pick up. Because maybe it was time I stopped always answering. Always fixing. Always showing up when no one showed up for me. That afternoon, I drove to the bank. Carlos, the branch manager, greeted me kindly. I told him I needed to cancel a wire transfer, $50,000 I was about to send for the final wedding payment. He blinked. "But Mrs. Collins, are you sure?" I smiled. Very sure. I'd already given $30,000. They wanted $50,000 more for a wedding I wasn't even allowed to attend. Not anymore. By the time I got home, there were 10 missed calls and a voicemail from Emily. "Mom, please don't do this." I poured myself a glass of wine and sat on the porch. I remembered every sacrifice, the holidays I spent alone, the shoes I didn't buy, the trips I never took, all for them. And now I wasn't even good enough for a seat at her wedding. Later that night, Luke showed up, frantic. "Mom." She's freaking out. "Why aren't you answering your phone?" She uninvited me. I replied calmly. "She didn't mean it that way." Andrew's parents are traditional. I gave her $30,000. His face went pale. I was going to give $50,000 more. He stared. "Wait, were?" I nodded. "Not anymore." "Mom, they're counting on that money. Then they should have invited the person paying for it." He accused me of making it about myself. That was the moment I realized maybe I finally was. And maybe that's exactly what I needed. "Get out of my house, Luke." He froze. I'm done playing the villain in a story I wrote with love. For the first time in my life, I didn't feel guilty. I felt free. The next day, I woke to 43 missed calls and 1 desperate email. "Please don't ruin my wedding." Not, "I'm sorry." Not, "Please come." Just negotiation. They were willing to discuss letting me attend if I sent the money. That wasn't love. That was extortion wrapped in guilt. At lunch, Robert invited me out. Over pasta and stories of his grandkids, I found something unexpected. Peace. He looked at me kindly. Sometimes love means setting boundaries, even with your own children. That night, Emily's childhood best friend, Sophia, showed up on my doorstep.
She's a mess, she said.
They lost the venue. The florist backed out. Andrew's parents are furious. I handed her tea. Is there anything Emily can say to fix this? I paused.
No.
There isn't. Because real love doesn't wait for the money to dry up to start seeing your worth. The wedding never happened the way they planned. They ended up having a small backyard ceremony. I wasn't invited. And for once, I didn't need to be. Emily sent one last email, half apology, half excuse. I read it once, then archived it. I'm not angry. I'm just done. These days I go to work. I read novels. I joined a pottery class. I have dinner with people who see me, not just what I can give. And I live by one new rule. If my presence is negotiable, so is my effort.